All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
86, episode 7. Power of friendship has no place here.
Yeah, the body count is getting higher.
You go to save your friend that's in trouble, guess what? You'll die too. And then they'll shoot themselves in the face.
Yeah.
All right. Well, up through the chin, but yeah.
Right.
But that is the world we live in.
That is the world we live in, and yet we'll have flashbacks where we'll just get to see them again. We'll be like,
that's right.
Oh, right, you're dead. Oh.
Little salt in the wound, little twisting of the knife, All the best things in life.
Yeah. Just pick up your tags and remember you.
Exactly.
Sometimes a bit more than maybe they should. Specifically
just a bit.
Shin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't happen too often for him, because that totally wouldn't happen,
I'm sure he's fine.
I'm sure there's a very long time delay in the process of when someone gets harvested versus when they then get thrown back in as a black sheep,
I am positive that the 86 have excellent benefits that definitely include regular therapy checkups.
Absolutely.
100%.
It's called the ability to turn this off and play, darts with friends, or
exactly
hold the resident pet of the
Fido.
Compound. oh yeah. Well, Fido can hold everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. Fido's really what's keeping this team together.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Nice.
Damn, they have fireworks. Nice. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
and
talking to her.
with her while this is happening.
Talking to someone from the organization that is a lot to blame for, your friends dying. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, all right, that's...
There we go.
So to salute her.
Yeah. Because if you have a white-haired military waifu, she's got to be a klutz, right?
Okay, so that was her just talking with them at the funeral, and now she's probably wanted to go more than them. Festival!
Yeah, straight from a memorial too.
Yeah. Jeez. Whoa, a lot more just died. Holy shit.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, there were a bunch more.
Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's some kind of, it's a different kind of feeling, but this thing, I'm sure, happens to those that have been on the front lines of a military conflict at all.
Sure.
And then just come home and...
Yep. You can't exist back there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna need to update the roster for sure. Okay. Okay, we're going back a bit. Okay.
And if they really are defending the most important place, then...
Probably gonna catch up to the point where they were sent on a mission, yeah. Oh.
And they denied it. Didn't answer the actual question.
Yeah, exactly. And she heard that. The lack of it, yeah.
Right. Nice. Oh, that's cheeky. I love it. That smug look on her face.
少佐。
ノーセン隊どうかしたのですか？まさかレギオンが。
いえ、いつもの時間に同調がなかった。
Oh.
Oh, they're checking up on each other.
That's sweet.
特殊弾頭が届いたので、そのご連絡を。
Hey. Nice.
無
Nice.
事届きましたか？
Nice. So those are the fireworks. Yeah, cool, cool.
ありがとうございました。
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that's why they had fireworks before. We were like, wait, why would they have fireworks?
It actually was special ammunition.
Yeah,
I thought that was
yeah.
like the radar like stuff that she was trying to get to them.
そちらの花火は綺麗でしょうね。夜は暗くてきっと空気も綺麗でしょうから。私も一緒に見た。
Oh. We.
Oh.
演奏が終わったら除隊したらみんなで一緒に。
Yeah, that's not how this is
イル
gonna
の
work
少尉た
out.
ちにも見てもらいたかったですけれど。
それに、アンジュが先ほどようやく泣けましたから。
Yeah, we saw that.
彼
Yeah.
女はいつまでも一人で抱え込んでしまうたちなので、少佐も忘れずにいてくれたでしょう。兄のこと。嬉しかったですよ。俺は兄さんを覚えてはいられませんでしたから。
Wow. Yeah.
少佐は俺たちのことも。
That's a big question for him to ask.
Like fireworks exploding, making a brilliant light, and then
Yeah.
gone all too suddenly.
Well, but the vulnerability with that question, because it's the hoping that she will because he cares about her. It's the, you know, our existence, you know, our deaths will, you know, at least there will be something from it, maybe, right?
Oh shit!
Wait, who's who?
Cool. So then here's the fireworks. Yep, yep.
Uh-huh.
どうしたシン？なんだこれ？花火？何っぽい？少佐からすげ。
No, so good.
とうとうなんかプレゼントとか送ってきてるし。少佐が心配？違うってば。なんであんな女なんか。ただあいつ
But
はシンのこと怖がらなかったから、それくらいはしてやってもいいかな。言ってやったらあの女ももう繋いでなんか来ないだろうし、お互いその方がいいんじゃないかって。そうね。
what?
Whoa.
何が？だってこれまで誰とも一緒にシャワー隠そうとして伸ばしてるんだって分かってるのに、綺麗な髪だから伸ばしてるのかってそう言ってくれたの。クレナちゃんこそいいの？伝えなくて。
Yes, yes, definitely. Oh.
たとえ死んでも連れて行ってもらえる。私たちだけの死神に。でもそれならシンは
Yeah. Who'll remember him? Who will care? Yeah.
right.
ってくれるの？
忘れるな。拠点はおとりだ。周辺の伏兵の動きに注意。潜伏場所から釣り出したら、第4小隊以下第2班が攻撃を。
Oh shit. Coordination. Let's go.
All right. So this is how all the extra names turned red. Holy
Oh
shit.
shit.
Oh my god.
And just like that.
今まで確認されたことのない超長距離砲の砲撃です。
Oh.
Brother.
Fuck. Oh. And back
Is
here.
that all that's left now?
終将だって人員の補充計画は決定していると。
ミリーゼ少佐。
Yeah. Stop.
そういい。構わないな。
Oh, we're gonna tell her.
補充は来ない。
Yeah.
ただ一人も。
Yeah.
俺たちは全滅します。この部隊はそのための処刑場です。
Oh.
We're too good. There's a worry about us of some kind. Yeah.
少佐が言ってる補充ってね、私たちの次のプロセッサーのことよ。
俺たちが死んだ後のね。
Yeah.
この前新品のジャガーノートが届いてたけどさ、あれもそいつらよ。
Oh.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, those look really new. Yeah.
Oh shit.
プロセッサーの大半は除隊までに戦死するから、その先の話なんざ保護にしてもそれは問題ね。
Right, but if they're
問題なのは
yeah.
Who are really competent. Yep.
生き残った分頭も回るし、他の86からしたら英雄でしょ。
Right,
which
so
is
you gotta
problematic.
get rid of them, yeah.
Yep.
でそれでも死なない始末に終えない奴が最後に行き着く
Wow.
Okay.
This is a
第一戦隊
specific forward spearhead point of the
Right,
front
right.
lines.
Yeah.
皆様知ってええ
Yeah.
ごめんなさいいつから最初からよ戦場に行った人は私のお姉ちゃんも誰も彼もみんな帰ってこない
We've lived longer than 5
Yeah.
years, yeah.
Uh-huh.
復讐ってのはそう難しい話じゃない。戦わずにレギオンどもを素通りさせてやればいい。
Yeah.
俺たちも当然死ぬが、それで白豚どもを道連れにしてやれる。シンを育てたのは立ち退き拒否して強制収容所に残ったアルバのシン。セオの
Whoa.
隊長の話は
Uh-huh.
Damn.
Yeah. We're still human beings.
白豚や帝国の血を引いたアンジュやハルトやシンもそれを話した。
Gotcha.
Yep.
86に
Oh, right, because their hair's
Hair,
almost
yeah.
white.
それ以上に最後まで戦い抜いて死んでいったクズにクズな真似をされたからって同じ真似で返したら同じクズだ
Anyone who abandons their friends is worse than scum.
諦めて死ぬしか道がねえなら死ぬ時まで戦い切って生き抜いてやる明日死ぬからって今日首くくる間抜けがいるかよ死刑台に登るのは決まってても登り方は選べるだろってそういう話だ
Wow.
That's...
We're gonna go out brilliantly.
Yep, and that shot. Ugh. Live till the very end.
Shine bright.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well. Shit. I mean, shit. Okay. What an episode.
Wait, is this new?
Oh, yeah, yeah. They always show, like, new imagery and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But they just always leave it to the one image.
Gotcha. That's right.
Oh,
shit.
Oh, what's
Wait.
this? Whoa. BFG.
Shit. All right.
All right.
All right.
Be like, ah, yes. The Legion is making some big fucking guns. Mm-hmm. Well, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. What a way to package a mass killing of so many of your characters in a fight that was, from the story's standpoint, not a foregone conclusion until we got the exposition that no, the reason why they know it's a trap is because they've been aware that this whole post here with the 129 days left of service, glory to the Spearhead Squadron, is that's their death, their death sentence.
Congratulations, you did well enough that now we have to
actually make you die.
Make sure that you die.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is really, really, in a specific way, kind of extra fucked if you think about the idea of what the Legion might be doing here. This literally could be a farm for them where they're like, the best brains come from this post.
Yeah.
We leave this post here and we don't actually attack them, but we keep farming from the ones that get sent out in this area.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Our ranks get better and better.
Well, and especially because one of the things that I was thinking about, like, if the Legion was truly trying to overwhelm this position, the idea that they get the first squadron down to like the last man and then they die.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it's probably something where they get down to like 6 people or something and then they're overwhelmed and all killed at once, right? But if theoretically you had a situation where as the numbers get lower, they would just get overrun by the Legion and then they wouldn't be defending shit, right?
Right.
And then
This post wouldn't exist.
This post wouldn't exist by the time that you get the new people in, unless you have them like on standby or something. You know,
the
right?
one reason why I think that there might be a thing of where the Legion wouldn't full on attack, and this might be something that's more based in their tactics, is that they really like using long range fire to determine 100% that they're getting kill shots on all the processors. But that runs contradictory to the idea that
trying to harvest brains.
They're trying to harvest brains because the larger the slug, the more chance you have of just
obliterating everything.
Yeah,
so that's an interesting point. Although I like the idea that for this super big artillery thing, not even the machine that was shown after the credits, but like the thing that was used as the trap, that's something where that this was like the test, right? Like we're going to use it on their best soldiers, right? Just to make sure that it's effective, right? That it works well and all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because the Legion, once they're done with the 86, they got to go after everybody else. So,
right. And it makes sense that the thing that's so terrifying about this is that the handler basically gives the processors a form of prescience by basically saying artillery fire incoming 0.5, and then it's the evasive maneuvers, and then the artillery fire is rendered pretty useless. But if you're firing at insane speeds,
4,000
meters per second,
yeah, it's
which implies, in my opinion, some kind of like railgun almost of something.
Yeah, like that's
or orbital drop, where it's not
weirdly
actually firing from the ground. It's actually firing from really high up in the atmosphere, and it's just going, and it just uses gravity on its side as well.
It's really fucking fast, but it is not an order of magnitude faster than just most guns that would be out there. It's like, I'm guessing that's probably like 2 or 3 times faster.
But for artillery fire, that's ridiculously fast, because artillery fire has to follow the trajectory of doing an arc.
Oh,
meaning that there's
and that's why they're able to be so far away. Is that in order, like with something that fast, in order to have a proper arc, they're and have it come down through the clouds or the little microbots or whatever. Like they're hella far away, right?
Hella far away.
So that
because they would have to angle it just enough at like this angle where it's not completely like it's coming to a slow where then gravity starts to accelerate it that much,
and they can get it there fast enough to accurately hit targets,
or it's firing so high up into the air that it then comes down while accelerating at incredible speed. So
I really hope at some point we get to see that big gun, because the idea
that might have been it that we saw. But I don't think that's.
I don't think so. Like because it was coming down through the clouds, and the shots scattered the clouds, So that. Right. I want to see, like, at some point, just, like, ridiculously and practically gigantic artillery emplacement or something, whether they're attacking it or it's attacking them.
Totally. I still think it's probably going to be this thing that they showed, because
this thing does look badass, and it would definitely simplify things to have it be one new thing that's introduced rather than 2.
Yeah. And also, I would say, you wouldn't want it to be ridiculously impractical. The Legion would want it to be a mobile thing that could set up like a trebuchet from Age of Empires 2, where it's like, and deploy, and...
See, whereas I'm thinking like the, old reference, but Supreme Commander, the big cannon that you could make that could just, that would attack anything on the map until the game was over.
Yeah, it's just not realistic if you have movement of things. But hey, maybe this could be a subtle way to set up the idea that they don't advance on this position much, and thus they can still continue to harvest. And also, maybe it's just a thing where we're overthinking it, and it's just that, no, artillery fire is just inaccurate enough that it actually never completely damages the brain, because it's, always, 2 feet off of the target, and thus the explosion hits the mech,
disables
it, and, rattles the human body inside to where they're jello, and then it's like, okay, cool, then the skull, which is that nice little thing there, and thank you.
Well, and if it's not something where the Legion is specifically trying to use the Spearhead Squadron as a harvesting point, which they totally could be, but okay, if they're not, then that just speaks even more to the level of badassery that the people that make it to the Spearhead Squadron are at, because they have survived, close to 5 years in a situation where they're supposed to just die. Because it wasn't just if you're hard to kill, you get sent to the Spearhead Squadron. It's if you're hard to kill, they put you in situations where they're actively trying to kill you. And if you survive that, then you go to the Spearhead Squadron. Right. It's like, oh, okay.
So once you see someone join the Spearhead Squadron, it's not just that you're like, hey, we're all in this together. It's
right.
So you're okay.
Like all right. A very long time ago, someone gave them the order of survive, and they did. Like they did real good.
They did real good.
So
and
okay,
and they all understand that about each other and respect that about each other, and thus have this kind of morbid sense of family that's not just the, well, we want to have, fun, so we'll, of course, find ways to make relationships work and stuff like that. But there's also that little bit of pain of where you have people like Anju and the late Daya, who might have been trying to have a bit of a relationship in the midst of this. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. You both are aware that you're going to die.
And that's something that I find very interesting because, they're aware and they have the ticking clock, right? No one's ever come back. So by the time that number of days where we would hit our 5-year thing reaches, 0, we will be dead by then because they have, the 85 sectors or whatever have figured out a very good system for making sure that hasn't failed yet of 86 all die when they go to the front lines,
I love also the mathematical side of it where you end up in a situation where you have an unnumbered number of places that are not, outpost 1, post 1, squad 1 and all that, spearhead of the entire lines and what have you. It's those places kill a lot of people. Like, those places are all very good at what they do. But for the 1, the 2, meaning, you know what that also kind of implies? A lot of these people are probably last survivors of squads. Meaning, like, they watched 23 other people that were in their squads all die, or maybe 22, and some of them came here together. But mathematically, no, it's probably more likely that all but one of them survived, because then you have that awkward situation where, well, wait a minute. The only way out of this then is for you to, like Raiden was saying, you're just going to hang yourself, knowing that you've got 3 years maybe? Or are you going to basically go and get another chance at, having some humanity in the midst of this? Go and meet some new people. Spend at least a few years of your life kicking, screaming, letting your firework go up and brilliantly cascade and see how many people can see it. And remember it. And that's just really, really cool. There's some just really sweet elements of the human struggle in there that makes their irrational decision to fight for the Republic mean something.
Right, because that's something that you couldn't just casually be like, oh, this is the situation, here's a cool twist. You got to go through what that means, what the implications are, right? I love that Raiden brought up, he's like, if we wanted to fuck over the the white pigs, it'd be easy. We just let the Legion through. We just fight,
we just go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. And they're fucked, right? Like that's what it would be. But
that's not what we decided.
We have all thought about this.
And the funny thing is that this war has been going on for a while. So these are not the first people to make this decision.
Nope. And while other people might have made different decisions, in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't necessarily change anything, right? Because then it's the odd people make the decisions, or maybe even full squads at some point. But it's not enough to make an impact, right? The white pigs, as they call them, have taken that into account or whatever, or something along those lines, and so it is what it is, right? And like it is a wonderful way to underline the stuff that we had kind of known and seen already, in that one of the reasons why these people are so vibrant and full of life is because it's we know we are going to die, and so we live each day like it's our last kind of a thing, right? We enjoy it as much as we can, and yet you still have situations where bashful teens are bashful teens. Daya and Anju, they never really did anything because there was still that part of them that was putting it off. Maybe they hoped that something might be different. Just not today. It would hurt even worse if we did end up being in a relationship and then one of them dies. Like, what would we do? So
in some ways, the really terrifying thing is that all of them can't die. Otherwise, this story doesn't make sense to be told here.
Right.
This is not the story of the Spearhead Squadron that all just dies and then the story's over.
Right. Lena is just sort of musing to herself of, wow, this is a fucked up world, and that's the it.
Yeah, exactly. Therefore, one of the horrifying story elements about this is not who's going to die, but it's who's going to make it through this.
Right.
Because these people are then going to not just lose their old squads or squad that brought them here, but they're also then going to lose so many other people here. Yep. And given that they're all different ages and stuff, there's very clearly going to be the potential point at some point in the future, because logically you can't have it be a point, like you were saying, where they're like, we're going to keep you in reserves until we have 24 people that we can send all at the same time.
Right.
And you'll all be different ages, of course, but...
And just take the top 24 that have been the most, difficult to have die and send them in.
Right, they're all getting rotated around in non-Spearhead Squadron squads.
Right, moving them around probably so that they never get too close to the squads. The squads die really quickly anyways, but also so that they don't, really start a rebellion or anything.
But not having, a consistent flow, but having, we're getting down to 2 or 3. Well, that's not a squad anymore, so...
right.
Now we
split them up and send them to other squads,
Yeah, that actually could be kind of an interesting logical thing where it's like, wait, did they actually design the perfect system here? Because what happens when they're down to maybe it's just they haven't had that situation happen yet, but it's just the situation where there's 2 of them, right? And then now they're like, okay, fuck the Republic, and they just go and run off. And they're like, oh, good, they ran off.
Right, because...
Well, we can't actually have that happen. But it doesn't matter because they're no longer Spearhead Squadron, so they don't mean anything. They're just some,
Right, and they don't know where the other
wilderness.
Squads are, so, we end up having some planes or helicopters or something that just go around, and if they see them, they take them out, Yeah, exactly.
That's where I think there has to be some kind of element of that, where it's we don't just send them to die that way. We actually do send in a cleanup crew once they get below 4 or 3.
Right.
And then it's now we can just kill them without actually causing much problems.
Because
but that also would mean that they could just be like, yeah, come and get us. We've set up our explosives. Sure. We've set up all kinds of things.
Well, and also then there have been no casualties. Well, but then you could theoretically have some casualties, right?
Yeah.
So it's something where I love that they went through the process of them saying why, no, we're not just going to hang ourselves because we know we're going to die tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, back an animal into a corner, no, that actually, that absolutely will happen. It's just that they're not going to do it now.
I'm sure it has happened. It's just
right.
It's just these people aren't choosing that.
Right, and they have people that they care about that are here. But as the show goes on, I could absolutely see that changing when suddenly it's we've lost most of the people we care about. Yeah, exactly.
She might actually give them a little bit of a pep and a little bit of a fire in their their heart to be like, okay,
right? Because she asked the question of why don't you just rebel? Right. That's not that's not necessarily treason in the strictest sense of saying you should just rebel, but it's. She is admitting basically that she doesn't really see the reason why they wouldn't. Yeah. Right?
Well, that's, I would say from the Republic standpoint.
Oh, they would absolutely label that as treasonous. Yeah, 100%, right?
Yeah.
But it's okay, what happens when the special ammunition that she sends is actually the radar, some radar equipment or something like that, or whatever, so that they can actually
communicate or find the other squads.
Or be able to see the cleanup crews coming long before they get there or whatever,
Yeah.
But
yeah,
oh boy.
I also wonder, because I've thought about this for a bit, but if you have a population of people that they probably outnumber the Republic just in general, but their numbers are dwindling, and you have the worry of rebellion, I could see them very easily having Para-Raid be that really, really last resort kind of way to make sure that they make sure that they they don't have a revolution.
Right. Get as much use out of them as they can when they're fighting back. Once they don't, hey, this little ear chip thing, which while they can take that off, I'm sure that connects to something that's in the brain, since it's specifically doing brain shenanigans.
Yeah.
And then they just press a button and you know, we've gotten all the use we can out of them, right? And that's probably why you can have a situation where, reasonably, if you have a first squad that's been around for a while, they are the ones that aren't fighting back, because otherwise they would have already been detonated or whatever.
Yep, for sure.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is huge. But yeah, I love the artistic choice to jump us around and show the fireworks as kind of the through line for that, using fireworks as a very obvious visual metaphor for the idea that what are lives of people in the cosmos of time and space? It's just a flash of light and then it's gone.
Might be brilliant, might be beautiful,
might be pink, might be purple, might be green, might be blue. It doesn't matter. The point is that they're all lights.
Yeah,
they're all the same, and they're all fleeting. They go up and then they're gone.
And will you remember me?
Will people even see them? Yeah,
like that question from Shin.
Really, really simple. It's good.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it so much. Like, yeah.
All right, and I also really liked. Sorry, 1 second. I really liked the way in which they gave us the exposition of sorts by saying that the fight happened before the mourning and all that, by showing her have the moment of seeing all the dead and destroyed bit, and thus us kind of as an audience knowing, oh shit, the thing that we were setting up last episode has already happened. Everyone's already mourning and kind of dealing with it. Whoa, okay, so let's find out what exactly happened. And it's something that I just kind of like about this story, given that we have dual perspectives. You can mess with us a little bit and show limited perspectives by being like, all right, here's Milize's perspective, here's Shin's perspective, and then we jump back and forth in time a little bit to be like, we're going to dance around to the point where the emotional core of the conflict was, and drop it at the end with a bang. And it's like, all right.
It's very effective.
Yeah, it's very effective.
One other thing that I just wanted to bring up that I thought was kind of interesting, that it was the idea of Anju's whole thing on her back. So we looked at that pretty closely, and it seemed to say RE''S's daughter.
Yeah.
And given that they mentioned like there are 86 that are plenty bad too, I'm guessing that was probably something that was done by other 86 because she's half Alba, which obvious. She's got like the violet purple hair, so it's like, of course one of her parents, would have had like shock white hair, So, okay. But
I liked the way in which Raiden just kind of summed up the reasons why a lot of them don't entirely just hate the Alba, because they were all, not all, but a couple of them, or quite a few of them, had interactions where, because this war is not old, really, and also a lot of the way this is going is kind of new, even though it's older than them, or not older than them, but it's older than their term here.
Exactly.
That makes sense?
Right.
Meaning there's been multiple terms of this kind of stuff. It feeds into the thing of where Shin's backstory kind of led us to believe that there was some kind of Alba connection there that we weren't really understanding. And now we know at least a little bit of it, in that there was an Alba priest that took care of him. Because
Right, yeah, for him specifically, but then also the idea that since this war is only 9 years old, of course there would be Alba that would be like, no, we're not about this. This is wrong. We're not going to go along with it.
To the front lines with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what do you know? You happen to have 86 now as your ID now.
But there have been no casualties. Like it's a wonderful way in which the showing that the Alba are also victims of their own government and are really in potential danger. Not nearly the kind or to the extent that the 86 are, but that they are not safe.
The overwhelming majority of them are complacent to this because it's in their best interest to be.
Exactly. This is a new thing. They probably have heard stories of what happens to the Alba that step out of line.
Yeah, that's the thing where this is different, though. I think they're implying more so, by the way the world building has been set up, that the racism aspect of this is older than the war by a long shot.
Yes, right.
The war was just where things got really fucking terrifyingly simple.
Exactly.
And decisions were made that were really messed up.
Right.
And now we are in the midst of that decision-making process.
And given that, and that Milise has been kind of doing some things that she's not supposed to, and I'm guessing she's going to be kind of pissed at her uncle when she finds out what the truth is, and that's what the response is to her requests and all of that stuff and everything. I get the feeling she's going to be in a situation of fairly real danger pretty soon.
Yeah, I would give her in almost a meta way. I would give her to episode 12.
Before she gets sent to the 86?
No, before just any real consequences happen.
Sure.
I actually feel like her uncle's still doing a pretty decent job of covering for her.
Right.
And that he's just kind of more just being like, no, this is how it is. Like
Right, exactly. I'm not going to
sugarcoat it.
Neither of us can change it, and I'm going to try and basically be the
dampener on any bit of your fire.
Exactly,
basically.
right. So that it doesn't reach the ears of the people where that would actually be
a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But all right. Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.